A Columbia mom behind bars in connection with child pornography.
What these two MU professors are doing with $14 million.
And neighbors are left with a big mess and yellow water after a water main floods this street here in Columbia. KOMU8 News at 9 starts now.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU8 News on Mid-Missouri CW starts now.
It's going on all the time, and we should just be enraged that we have all these ways that people are able to exploit our innocent children.
Tonight, experts weigh in on the dangers of social media. This week, prosecutors charged a Columbia woman with child pornography crimes. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reed.
And I'm Emily Spain. Thanks for joining us. Federal investigators accuse the 29-year-old mother of using the messaging app Kik to send and receive child pornography videos with people all over the country. KOMU8's Emma Claybrook joins us now in the studio with more details on the case.
Court documents say Brittany Bailey was a moderator of a group on the Kik app called Taboo Parents. At one point, the group had 54 members. Prosecutors say the members in this group discussed child sex abuse, explicitly what they would do to and with children, and shared child pornography photos and videos. Bailey reportedly invited an undercover officer she met in Taboo Parents to another group. There, investigators claim she encouraged users to, quote, send child stuff in private messages so that the group isn't shut down and people aren't spooked that aren't into that. You used to have to go to the dark web to find and share child pornography, but experts say now with smartphones and social media, it's easier to share explicit content and delete the evidence. I talked with local cybercrime experts today about these apps. They wouldn't comment directly on this case, but they say these apps help the child pornography industry keep on growing.
There's no safe application out there. There's none. So any way a person can manipulate the application to use it, they're going to.
It's so pervasive, I think. I can tell you that law enforcement will tell you that they could be looking out for predators 24/7, and they wouldn't be able to keep up.
Investigators traced Bailey's user information from her Kik account to her email and IP addresses linked to a house in Columbia. She could spend at least 5 years in prison and face a fine of up to $250,000. In the studio, Emma Claybrook, KOMU8 News.
Feeling a lot chillier than we were yesterday. That rainfall is out of the way though, but temperatures are down around 8 degrees from what we experienced yesterday. Currently we're seeing at temperatures in the upper 50s, around 56 degrees here in Columbia. You can see these winds coming out of the north here, which is going to help us. Those winds are a little bit on the calmer side, which is going to help for this fog that we are going to see tomorrow morning. All that rain is evaporating into the atmosphere, so we have a lot of moisture mixed with this low fog is going to help, our low winds is going to help for this fog to develop into tomorrow. Visibility only at around 5 statute miles here in Columbia, but as we move throughout the day, that is going to break up. We are seeing this cloud cover continue to move out from the system that we saw move through earlier this week. That is going to clear up, though we do have chances of rain coming up for your weekend, which we will be tracking later.
Okay, Lucy, thank you very much. People in an East Columbia neighborhood are dealing with muddy streets and murky water today after a huge water main break last night. It happened near Boone Hospital. KOMU8's Savannah Rudisell is live in Columbia to tell us about neighbors' biggest complaints. Savannah?
Emily, this water main break started here on Ann Street, but that water came rushing down all the way this way. Now here we're on the corner of Anthony right here, and that water came and just left all this mud right here. But neighbors say their problem really isn't with the mud.
It sounded like it was a thunderstorm out here. Oh my God. The video doesn't even do it justice. Like, it was crazy.
A water main break next to Boone Hospital sent water pouring through Sam Rosenthal's neighborhood.
And I mean, the rush, it was so powerful that when you walk through, I mean, the water was hitting you at your knees. That's how much water pressure was coming through.
Despite the break's size, the city called it a common break and says it happens a lot in the spring.
So this right here actually shows the problem really well. See, Columbia's soil has a lot of clay in it. So when it rains a lot or snows or the temperatures change really quickly, it'll shift, causing those pipes to break.
And that clay worked its way into Rosenthal's water. The city said officially only 6 customers were under a precautionary boil order, But people across social media are warning friends about the yellow, murky water. Rosenthal said her house smelled like sewage.
I haven't seen anything from the city of Columbia saying that we need to be cautious of that. So.
The break brought a flood of water, but a drought of information.
The city said Boone Hospital was never under an advisory boil. When I reached out to the hospital to ask them, I never got a response. Reporting live in Columbia, Savannah Rudisell, KMU8 News.
After this week's heavy rain, the Osage River is practically in some of its neighbors' backyards. The river reached 25 feet this morning, which puts it at major flood levels. To put that in perspective, on Monday it was only at 14 feet. And while the flooding isn't new there, some homeowners hope they can catch a break this weekend.
And we're trying to cut back on what we have in the basement, just so we don't have to deal with it. We're getting too old to deal with it all the time.
Neighbors had walkways to their docks and gazebos also underwater. Some are keeping track of how high the water is rising with their own markers.
A Columbia car crash this afternoon left a passenger stuck in the car. Columbia firefighters had to take the doors off to get the passenger out. It happened at Stadium Boulevard and Highway 63 about 5 p.m. The cars were towed away and traffic returned to normal.
Coming up, a cross-country tour made a stop in Jefferson City. We'll tell you what this 100-year-old man was doing at the state capitol today.
Plus, grant money is allowing a professor to do research like he's never done before.
Temperatures might have felt a lot cooler than we have been today, but we're looking at a warm-up into the weekend. This mixed with the chance of rain is what we'll be tracking coming up.
Never be surprised by the weather. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by Central Bank of Boone County.
Family Health Center, primary and preventative health care for the whole family, including dental care.
The providers there are on the cutting edge of the newest things out.
Think of us first when you get sick or if you have a toothache. Also for cleanings and annual checkups.
The collaboration we have allows us to treat their mouth, their mind, and their body.
Including these important services. Family Health Center with 3 convenient Columbia locations. Family Health Center, health and care within reach.
Low on cash and credit? Need easy approval?
It was time for me to look for a car, so JD Byrider was my first choice.
And JD Byrider is a great way to save on a great car with a great warranty.
Whenever I decided to come to JD Byrider, one of my close friends / coworker had a vehicle through here, and they had just gotten it. It was great. They saved so much money.
This is one of the best places I have ever, been to look at a car because, friendly service and they just treat you like family.
Sometimes the best memories require getting a little messy. And frankly, that's where the fun begins. At Slumberland, we've got the styles for all your memories with our low price guarantee. Plus, right now, during our spring savings sale, get up to 65% off throughout the store on your favorite things. Get a little messy and always go for the memories. Slumberland. It's a good life.
Clogged pores are disgusting. Introducing Dermasuction, the easy way to suck that yuck out of your pores. Dermasuction removes blackheads and dirt from your pores. Just look at everything it extracts. The secret's the gentle vacuum action. Watch as Dermasuction extracts so much yuck, leaving your skin feeling clean and youthful.
The gunk that had been pulled out, I was pretty horrified, but better in the Dermasuction than on my face.
It's almost addictive because you can see all the stuff coming out of your skin that you don't even really know is there.
Call now to order your Dermasuction for just $19.99. We'll also include our small and large body heads, the silicone head, and handy travel case, all absolutely free. Order now and you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. You can get all this, but you have to order now.
Call 1-800-214-1975. That's 1-800-214-1975. Or visit dermasuction.com. So call 1-800-214-1975. Order now.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you.
Imagine a national tour making stops in all 50 state capital cities.
Now imagine doing that at the age of 100. KOMU8's Monica Madden tells us about Missouri's special guest today.
A special day for a special veteran.
And a special day for a proud son.
For my father, one of the oldest World War II veterans left in this country.
The cheer that he's bringing to all of America, that's what makes me feel so not only proud of my dad, but so happy for him as well.
Paul Walton's dad is still kicking it at 100 years of age.
Come on, there you go.
The pair have been traveling across America as part of a mission.
My dad's having the best time of his life. It's called the No Regrets Tour because he regretted he never met Civil War veterans, and now he's giving everyone the opportunity to meet a World War II veteran before it's too late.
Missouri is their 21st stop, with a few milestones along the way, from celebrating his 100th birthday on national television
Happy birthday, dear Sidney,
to meeting the commander-in-chief.
It was one of the greatest days of my dad's life.
Spreading an important message along the way.
He's wanting everyone to just remember that this country was saved by those World War II veterans.
Making more than just the country proud.
But you are a hero, Dad. You are a hero.
Monica Madden, KMU8 News, Jefferson City.
Father and son have 29 states left in their tour. They also plan to make a trip to France in June for the 75th anniversary of D-Day. If you would like to help fund Sydney's cross-country trip, visit our website at KOMU.com.
Pretty sweet story. 2 MU professors won research grants from the U.S. Department of Defense, giving them nearly $14 million over the next 5 years. The money will help pay for the equipment and salaries needed for the research about chemical reactions. We spoke with Professor of Chemistry Arthur Suits. He told us these grants will let him study chemical reactions like never before by using colder temperatures, which is impossible to do outside a lab.
One aspect of this is the study of highly vibrationally excited molecules, but that are very cold. So this is a new condition that doesn't really exist in nature, but will allow us to look in greater detail at the interactions between molecules.
Suits says the research actually helps with advancements in technology like the computers in our cell phones.
Drop anchor, a cruise ship with hundreds of passengers on board, isn't going anywhere.
We might have been seeing this cloud cover stick around for the majority of today into tomorrow. We are looking at possibility of rain for your evening tomorrow, that we will be tracking totals and timing coming up.
You plan for everything in life, except the only thing that's for certain. Is it time for a frank discussion with your loved ones about final arrangements? It pays to discuss the details and the price when your family's not under stress. At Bach-Yeager Funeral Chapel, we're not big and corporate. You'll deal directly with our owners. Whether it's a traditional service or a simple cremation, count on Bach-Yeager Funeral Chapel in Columbia, Carr Yeager Funeral Home in Fayette, and Markland Yeager Funeral Home in New Franklin for personalized service with dignity, care, and respect.
The KOMU8 iPhone and Android News app is brought to you by University Subaru. Download yours today.
Kuhn, the most trusted name in hay implements in North America. Built strong and made to last, Kuhn gets the job completed year after year. Reliability, dependability, and quality. That's what Kuhn brings to your fields. From hay mowers, rakes, tedders, to balers. See the complete line of Kuhn hay implements at Loft Equipment in Jefferson City on Highway 94 across from ABB. Kuhn. Invest in quality.
The State of Weed, KOMU8's week-long look at medical marijuana in Missouri. Tonight, we travel to an Oklahoma town of 19,000 where medical marijuana was legalized less than a year ago.
There's definitely more dispensaries now than grocery stores.
We'll talk to locals about how they feel about dispensaries popping up across their city and compare with what we could expect to see in mid-Missouri. The State of Weed, tonight on KOMU8 News at 10.
Good evening and welcome back. Look at a time lapse of Jefferson City over the course of today. We'll see that cloud cover that stuck around for the majority of the day and will continue to stick around into tomorrow. Temperature stayed mainly around 60 degrees for the majority of the day. That will continue to be the case for tomorrow. With that rainfall that we did see earlier this week, though, we are looking at a few flood warnings. We're looking at a flood warning for aerial flooding in more northwestern part of the state, as long as a river flood warning that is along the Missouri River. With the rain coming up this week, and we will be continuing to watch that for you as we move into that. Currently, coming up temperatures this weekend are going to be warming up into your Sunday, around 74 degrees for Sunday. We're getting back above our average, which this time of year is around 70 degrees. We see that another system coming through this weekend, but currently temperatures are hanging out around 60 degrees here in most of central Missouri. With these temperatures, we are having our winds out of the north at around 10 miles per hour here, which that northerly wind is going to help bring in that colder air. So temperatures tonight will continue to drop down to mainly around 50 degrees by sunrise. These winds, though, are going to continue to stay a little bit calm as we head overnight into tomorrow. That calm wind mixed in with the evaporation from all that precip we saw earlier this week is going to help us get a little bit of fog for tomorrow morning. We're going to be looking at 5 visible miles out the door tomorrow morning for Columbia. Even worse up in Moberly, around 1 visible mile out the door. As we move throughout the day, though, those winds will pick up and help that break up into the afternoon hours. Look at satellite and radar, though, we can see this system that was hanging out this week and slowly making its way east out of our area. But we do still have this cloud cover hanging around as we still see that moisture that's going to hang out into tomorrow morning. Out the door Friday, we're seeing that cloud cover that's going to stick around all day, well into the evening hours for Friday. We do have this possibility for a few showers, mainly south of I-70 Friday evening. That is going to break out, though, and move out as we head into Saturday, where that cloud cover is going to stick around as that moisture is continuing to hang out in Missouri. As we move into Friday afternoon, we are going to see the possibility for sprinkles early Friday afternoon, late Friday, or Saturday morning, That will be moving out, though, as we have this high pressure settling in, which is going to help our skies for Sunday be sunny, as we are seeing temperatures up to around 71 degrees for your Sunday. And with that, we are going to see those that sunshine stick around for the remainder of Sunday before we have a few cloud cover moving in late Sunday evening. With these sprinkles that we are seeing move through, though, we're only looking at around 1/10 of an inch of rainfall for here in Columbia, only a trace of a amount for the majority of the states. That won't be factoring in to that flooding that we have been seeing, but that will be something to watch out for as we see more rain coming in into the beginning of next week. Tonight, though, we're looking at temperature a low around 50 degrees, so that cloud cover sticking around. For tomorrow, we're looking at a high of around 63 degrees with, again, that chance of rain for your Friday evening. Over the next couple of days, we're seeing that warm up into your Sunday as temperatures are getting up to around 74 degrees before we warm up even more as that system moves through the beginning of next week. Looking at almost 80 degrees for your Monday and Tuesday, but we see a lot of rainfall coming in, which is something to watch out for, and we will be tracking flooding as that system moves closer.
Okay, thanks, Lucy. Tonight, some Columbia neighbors went to a meeting aimed at slowing down drivers on William Street. Columbia Public Works hopes to install a speed table over the intersection between Bushell Avenue and William Street. A speed table is a speed bump that covers an entire intersection. The speed limit for William Street is 20 miles per hour, but Public Works says most people go around 30 miles per hour. City Council still needs to approve the project. Public Works hopes to start construction this summer if it gets the thumbs up from Council.
An eastbound lane of I-70 at the Missouri River will close Saturday night at 7 p.m. for emergency repairs. Traffic delays are extremely likely, especially in the morning and afternoons. Boone and Cooper County EMS crews will partner during the repair process in the event of a crash or any other call. To get around traffic, first responders will drive on highway shoulders. In more serious cases, EMS will call for an air ambulance. First responders remind drivers to pull to the side if they hear sirens. Thermavant Technologies moved into its new home today on Paris Road. The company is known for thermal technology in aerospace, defense, and IT applications. The new site is 33,000 square feet, more than quadrupling the old location. The company has 30 employees. That could jump to about 100 employees with the bigger space. The new hires would include engineers as well as manufacturing and factory jobs.
Attorney General William Barr declined to appear before the House committee today. This comes just a day after he was criticized by Senate Democrats about his rollout of the Mueller report. The Justice Department refused to comply with a subpoena from the House committee to turn over the full unredacted Mueller report. Now, Democrats are threatening to hold Barr in contempt.
It was painful and disgraceful to see the nation's top cop abandon his responsibility.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi also criticized Barr for lying to Congress last month. She says the Justice Department says Pelosi's allegations were reckless and false. Authorities quarantined a cruise ship today after discovering a confirmed case of the measles on board. There were about 300 people on the ship. It was docked by the Caribbean island of St. Lucia. The Ministry of Health ordered the restriction because of the risk of exposure to islanders. The number of measles in the U.S. has reached a 25-year peak, with more than 700 people diagnosed just this week.
The Cardinals on a hot streak.
Being a good punter, it's all about timing.
But there's no good time to drink if you're driving.
If you've had anything to drink,
punt the keys to a sober driver.
And drive sober.
Brought to you by the Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety.
If you're over 50 and have become disabled, the law offices of Karen Kraus Bill can help you, even if you've been denied Social Security benefits. Special rules may apply for those 50 and over. We can assist you every step of the way. As a local firm, we have won thousands of disability claims over the past 25 years. Disability law is all we do. Don't wait. Contact the law offices of Karen Kraus Bill today for a free consultation.
Getting finance for furniture isn't easy. That's why we always come to FFO Home. They gave us the freedom we couldn't find in other stores.
And we got exactly what we wanted.
FFO Home, where great quality furniture lives for less. At FFO Home, our huge selection of comfortable recliners are priced to save. Wall huggers, power recline models, in durable fabrics, leather, big man styles too. Take yours home today at FFO Home. Come see us.
being a good punter, it's all about timing.
But there's no good time to drink if you're driving.
If you've had anything to drink,
punt the keys to a sober driver.
And drive sober.
Brought to you by the Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety.
Now from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU8 Sports.
Hi, everyone. The Red Hot Cardinals had won 5 in a row in 10 of their last 11 games as they went for a sweep of their series in Washington. The recent hot play had left the Birds with the best record in baseball, 20-10. So the fourth and final game of this series delayed by 2.5 hours at the start because of rain in our nation's capital, but then they finally got going. Play ball, Colton Wong up with 2 out in the third inning. He gets a base hit to single Yairo Munoz home. The Cards had a 1-0 lead. We take you then to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Yan Gomes batting for Washington, and the Nationals catcher hits a grounder on the left side. Yairo Munoz struggles with the throw. It is wide left. That allows a run to score, and the ball game is tied at 1. Still in that fourth inning, the veteran Brian Dozier batting for the Nationals against Dakota Hudson, and he will hit a ground ball to short. Double play is turned, but a run scores. 2-1 in favor of Washington. The Cardinals had plenty of chances late in this ball game. Bases loaded. Paul Goldschmidt pinch hitting. He did not start today. Strikes out, leaves them loaded, and then in the ninth, Jed Jerko pops out to end it. Cards leave 10 on base, manage only 1 run, and they lose 2-1 in Washington. Royals and Rays at Kauffman Stadium today. Royals open the scoring. Bottom half, inning number 3. Whit Merrifield smashes one to right center, and he races all the way to third base for a triple. A run scores. Martin Maldonado in. 1-0 Kansas City. The Rays tied the score in the 5th inning. Guillermo Heredia is batting. He lifts one into center field. Billy Hamilton coming on, but look out, loses his footing, and a run scores. That makes it a 1-1 ball game. Tampa had tied things up, as you see. Hamilton lucky to block that ball after losing his footing. Same score, 1-1 into the 9th inning. Brandon Lau batting against Willie Peralta, and he unloads this into the right field bullpen. A 2-run homer. That's the difference. The Rays win it by a score of 3-1, and they earn a split of the 4-game series with the Royals in Kansas City. The start time for Missouri's season-opening football game, August 31st at Wyoming, is set. It will be a 6:30 kickoff, and the game will be shown on the CBS Sports Network. That's 6:30 Central. A pair of local softball teams keep winning in the American Midwest Conference Tournament. Columbia College and William Woods both picked up victories today. Columbia beat Freed-Hardman. William Woods won over Williams Baptist, so Columbia and William Woods stay unbeaten in AMC tourney play. Meanwhile, At the Heart of America Conference tournament, the news not as good for Central Methodist. The Eagles suffered a loss in their game today by a score of 5-1 to Grandview of Iowa. That's sports.
When you are facing a divorce, your case can be personal and sensitive in nature.
The family law team at Carson & Coyle knows the importance of good communication, and we care about our clients.
Whether securing significant assets or protecting your children's best interests, our attorneys handle all aspects of family law.
Our expertise can help settle your case or take it to trial.
For over 50 years, we have built our reputation here in mid-Missouri with offices in Jefferson City and Columbia to better serve you. At Carson & Coyle, we are dedicated to protecting your legal rights.
Sometimes the best memories require getting a little messy. And frankly, that's where the fun begins. At Slumberland, we've got the styles for all your memories with our low price guarantee. Plus, right now, during our spring savings sale, get up to 65% off throughout the store on your favorite things. Get a little messy and always go for the memories. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Coming up on KOMU 8 News at 10 o'clock in our final State of the Weed report, we visit Oklahoma dispensaries. Is competition good or not?
We talked to folks there about having so many shops in town. We'll tell you all about that at 10. Lucy.
Temperatures tomorrow hanging around in the low 60s. We do have a possibility for a few sprinkles or two for your Friday evening. We're looking at a warm up into the weekend though, and a break from this rain finally, as we expect to see dry conditions for your Saturday and Sunday.
Well, 5 horses are the newest members of the Providence, Rhode Island Police Force. Salute, Chase, Thunder, Prince, and Jed are currently at the local zoo, but it won't be long till they hit the streets of Providence. Training will take several years, but the department says it's excited to add these 5 horses to the 3 already in the unit. That's pretty cool. Do we ever have police officers on horses in our area?
Not that I can recall of, but I was going to mention those were Clydesdales. Those were big horses.
They're pretty horses.
There's give you a pretty good bird's eye view of what's going on.
Yes, you have a good view from above.
Crowd you need to mingle on somewhere else. Alrighty, that's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great night.